Hey guys, welcome back.
We're back. This is our new format.
To review the newest episode of TomNLis, episode 212.
That's right.
March Madness.
Yeah. First of all, I just have to say, Mike either invented, borrowed, or stole the most amazing keg I have ever seen in college history. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
And Lacey shows up. What did you think about that?
It seemed like she came over maybe unannounced. I don't know.
I feel like she was invited. I mean, obviously she was like ready to watch the game and stuff because she had all her like blue and yellow on and everything. Last week I was really excited, and this week I'm like, I don't know about this girl. She seems kind of clingy.
Oh.
Did you not get that?
No.
I don't know, the fact that she said she missed him, I'm like, seriously? Like, how long has it been since you've seen him?
I'm willing to give her a little bit more time.
Okay. That's fair of you.
But it was kind of weird, that she said that her favorite person alive was Daniel.
Yeah. Okay, what did you think of Courtney's interview with Lacey? When she asked her how old she was, and she was like, 20? Ooh, a cougar. Man, 20 is a cougar. I think it's all relative, though, right? Like,
no, Courtney's very proud of herself.
Yeah.
Josh sort of always turns around. He always just seems to be the opposite of everyone else on the floor. This time was the time where he finally had his revelation of that he should be maybe more joyful. It was very interesting because when he was more joyful, everyone else was really down. And, just always sort of seems to be not on the same page as everyone else.
Well, I kind of feel like his problem is that he is really forcing what he wants to see in his documentary. And the whole point of a documentary is, of course, things just happen and you document them, and then, like, whatever happens becomes the story. This is a little bit of the old Josh that we've been seeing, like, some of the comments that he's been making, like, if I have to kidnap every kitten in the county and things like that. Like, those are kind of those Josh-isms that we sort of know from the old Josh.
Well, my favorite was the throwback to the old how many licks are at the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yes! 1, 2, 3. That was so great. That was a great little pop culture reference for our generation. Once again, we can't say the name of the school, so half the song is bleeped out. But even Abby had some school spirit. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I thought that's right where you were going with her matching pigtail, ponytail holders.
Yeah, she had like a little headband and everything. It was cute. So we see that things are still in whatever direction they're going with her and Gopher. Like, they're still good friends and everything.
Yeah, and he's definitely sort of having an influence over her because Gopher is by far the biggest, sports fan of the four.
Right.
Marshall, he made fun of Mike again.
Yeah.
On TV this time in front of everyone, which doesn't really surprise me. What I think did surprise me is that this is the second week in a row that he's sort of left the floor and gotten drunk. We haven't seen Steph at all these last 2 weeks. So, is there maybe some trouble with their relationship? It could be.
Well, he said that he and Steph were going to the thing, though, like to the fan zone.
But why was she not on TV with him?
Well, I think she might have been somewhere in the background. This is the second week in a row that Marshall A. has decided not to hang out with the floor, which I think has been interesting because this semester we've seen him getting closer to the kids on the floor. But I feel like it's been, now that Mike's back, he's kind of taking, his separated, stance again of being like, no, I'm the RA.
Well, he always has to feel like he's better than Mike, and that's why he, made the comment about getting the tickets weeks in advance.
This is the second week in a row that we've seen Marshall get a hug from Mike. After the game, everyone's kind of depressed because they lost. Gopher and Shane tell Brittany to, tell Derek that we're going to throw a party for him anyway and all this kind of stuff. And she breaks the news that they broke up. So you were right, because I think you said last week that you thought that they were going to break up by this week.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was looking for any sort of interaction between Mike and Brittany. And Brittany never even once looked at Mike. She didn't say anything to Mike this whole episode. I was expecting her to be much more grateful, I guess.
I would just say, like, if I put myself in her shoes, I would maybe feel a little, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but I feel like you're dating one guy. Meanwhile, this other guy who you know has feelings for you just defended your honor. Like, it's a little humbling, and I think it would be hard to talk about that until after everything had, like, the dust had sort of settled with Derek.
Brittany was probably not completely truthful with herself. When she was explaining to Gopher why they broke up, she said that it was pretty mutual. And from all the evidence that we have so far over the last 3 or 4 weeks, nothing looks mutual about that.
Yeah, I kind of found it hard to believe that it was mutual too, although Brittany is really good at keeping her personal life away from the cameras. Because when she started dating Derek, I thought that was a lie too.
So here's my question for you, Lisa. How unbelievable do you think Gopher was acting this week by calling her out, saying that she was the reason why they lost the game?
This is very rare for me to say this, but I was disappointed by how Gopher handled the whole situation. And on the counter, I thought Shane was great about it. Shane was really sweet and, like, asked Brittany if she was doing okay, which I thought was, like, huge. Because
Right.
These guys being such great fans, we've talked about in the past, like, their number one thought is, like, okay, how is this going to affect our team's season? And Gopher said that he didn't think he could ever forgive her for breaking up with Derek the week before the big game, and I just thought that was too drastic.
He was probably lost in the moment, lost some perspective.
Yeah.
And I don't think he'll end up meeting a lot of the things that he just said.
You thought I was going to defend him, didn't you?
I did, actually. But it's on record now.
I know.
So we'll go back to regular thumbs up, thumbs down this week.
Yeah.
My thumb up this week goes to Josh because I liked the old Josh back, and I thought that he wasn't really involved with the group, but I liked the fact that he kind of had a change of heart.
My thumbs up is for Mike, and I would simply give him a thumbs up A for the keg, because I thought that was probably like the most amazing thing ever. But B, because of the way that he really bounced back this week, and even, with Marshall saying the things that he did on television, Mike was totally cool about it and just blew it off. Thumbs down.
My thumbs down this week goes to Gopher. He said some pretty hurtful things to Brittany when she was at a moment where she was probably in a lot of pain. It was probably hard for her to be in that room watching Derek on TV, and he didn't make the situation any better.
I know I said it would have to be a dark day before I gave Gopher a thumbs down, but I guess it's a dark day because I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to give Gopher a thumbs down because although I don't think he meant it either, I just, that was a really hurtful thing to say, that he could never forgive Brittany for breaking up with Derek. Sorry, Gopher. I still love you, but I'm going to have to give you a thumbs down this week. Who to watch?
All right, next week, my who to watch is going to be Marshall, because he's been acting very strangely the last 2 weeks, doing some things which we haven't seen him do, mostly leaving the floor and getting drunk.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of worried for him, maybe.
My who to watch is Danny B's new girlfriend, Lacey.
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't know what it is. I just don't trust her. This might turn out to be a bad experience for Danny B as far as his first girlfriend.
And now for this week,
thing to consider.
We've already seen that Gopher has had a very big influence on Abigail.
So, do you think that Abigail will start to have an influence on Gopher? And if she does, what would that look like?
Let us know what you think. Type it out in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching and bearing with us as we were just a little bit late this week trying to figure out all of our technical difficulties. But we hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.